Hi, and welcome to the 10th episode of the Milan Boys podcast. I'm here with Affe. Kian could not join us today, but we already know that he would have praised Pioli's lineup against Sampdoria if he was here.
Definitely.
No, I'm just kidding. He probably would have made a Pioli rant. But he messaged me yesterday to tell our supporters that this is his view. He said, we witnessed another Pioli shit show against Sampdoria. Not surprising at all. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to disagree at this point, but yeah, we will talk about the game. If you're a new listener, you can follow us on all major platforms and listen to our podcasts every Tuesday, every week to hear our takes. And hopefully Kian will be back in next week when we talk about the Parma game. And we will try to make this episode a little bit shorter than the previous ones. We only have one game to talk about. Yeah, so let's start. How are you doing, Affe?
I'm doing fine, except for the terrible game against Sampdoria.
Yeah, I mean, what was that?
Another 2 points lost, and keep losing point, especially at home this season.
Yeah, I mean, our home form is horrendous. If I look, the last time we won at home was against Crotone.
Yeah,
and it was in February, 7th of February, and we have lost against. After that, we lost 3-0 against Inter, drew against Zvezda, drew against Udinese, lost against Napoli, lost against United, and now drew against Sampdoria. So that's 6 games without a win.
Yeah, almost all of the games we have lost has been at home, and the games we have drawn.
Yeah, I mean, but why? Would? Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know why we play so good away, but when it's in our own stadium, we struggle.
It's weird because also right now there's no fans, or I don't think it should really matter if you play home or away. I think it should be easier to play home even without fans because it's more familiar ground. But I don't know. It's really weird. We can start with the lineup. I mean, it was. I think it was weird.
It was a big risk he took and a really weird lineup. Salamaker started as a right back for the first time. That was a shock.
Yeah, that was when I first looked at the lineup and I saw Salamakers, I was like, what the hell is this? I thought it was a joke at first.
Then Krunic and Cassier at the wings. I thought Rebic would start, but Krunic
I mean, instead. Why is Castillejo starting all games?
I don't know. I mean, he has played like 2,000. I saw stats. He has played 2,000 minutes for us, while other players have played like 1,000 or less. He has played like more than only Kessie and a couple of other players have played more than him in Milan this season.
Yeah, I really wonder what Castillejo thinks after the games. Like, does he think that he played good or?
And I'd rather have Salamakers on the right. I don't know why he subbed him off instead of Castello. Rather have him on the right than Casti.
I'd rather have
anyone.
Hauge. Let Hauge.
Yeah, why? He's not. Pioli barely give him any chance, but
and he got a chance this game, and he came in instead of who was it? Castillejo. In the 74th minute, and he scored a goal in the 87th minute.
Yeah.
I mean, but why is also another weird thing, like Krunic.
Yeah, why is he starting?
Yeah, and why is he always like he playing on the left wing hasn't worked at all for Krunic. But why is he playing there? It's really weird. It's a weird lineup.
I mean, before the game, I saw that we had like all our best players available except for Calabria. So I thought we would have, our strongest lineup. Rebic on the left, Salamakers on the right, Hakan and Zlatan and all. But then I saw the
Yeah,
lineup. It was Kasti, Krunic,
yeah,
and
but yeah,
why didn't
because if
Kalulu play on the right? When he
yeah, I
came
mean,
in, he was much better on the right.
yeah, definitely. I mean, the defense was good.
Yeah, Kier and
The
Tomori,
lineup.
you couldn't really fault them for anything. I mean, the goal we
Yeah,
conceded was, just because of Tio.
Theo Hernandez, of course. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, Salamakers is what I would have changed against Kalulu. Let him start instead of Salamakers as right back.
Yeah,
Um,
I would put Salamek on the right wing instead, yeah, of Casti. Then Kalulu on the right back. And on
yeah,
the left, Hauge
yeah,
instead of Krunic. Let the youngsters play.
or Rebic.
Or Rebic, yeah. I forgot. Yes, Rebic and
Yeah,
Hauge come in on the second.
yeah, and then we had our best midfielders and
Yeah.
Hakan and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But you
I
could
think
see on some players that they were
tired
tired from the
or
international
or maybe
games.
Benasser he's still not ready 100%. When Tonali came in, I thought he played better this game
Mm,
than Bena.
yeah,
But Kessie had a okay game. Uh, yeah, but the man
but
of the match was, obviously Hauge. He was the one who tried and gave the pass to Rebic, who uh, was uh, he missed in the
yeah,
78th minute, something like that.
yeah, 87th minute the goal.
No, I mean the
Ah,
Hauge pass to Rebic before that.
okay,
Rebic was free on goal,
yeah,
and then he scored after that.
mm. Yeah. I thought Hage was good. Um,
Hopefully, he keeps this up, and we see the Hauge we saw in the first few months when he joined.
yeah, and hopefully Pioli sees it too. That maybe he shouldn't always pick Castillejo. I
And
don't know why he does
Krunic,
it, but
two slow wingers.
yeah, it was really weird. And but the
There you
goal
go.
that
Yeah, Theo
yeah, the
Hernandez.
goal, Theo Hernandez horrible pass to their player, and Donnarumma is obviously not at fault for the
No,
goal, according to me, at
yeah,
least.
according to me too.
Yeah, it
But
was all. And Theo, he has been. I mean, for me, he doesn't have any excuse for the fault he made. He has had 2 weeks of rest, no international games,
yeah, notice he
and
does a lot of these mistakes. He's been really good this season, the season before, but these mistakes are keep coming up. He
yeah,
reminds me of Donnarumma in the first few seasons with us. Remember,
mm,
he was good, but he made silly mistakes that led to goals. But
yeah,
Donnarumma, he after a couple of years he improved, and now we barely see him make those mistakes. I hope Theo for Theo it's the same.
yeah. Hopefully, I mean, of course, I want to keep Theo. I think he's lethal in attack. He's the runs he makes, but defensively, he can make a lot of mistakes.
Just yeah, silly mistakes,
Yeah, yeah, really silly mistakes that
But then he
he.
does, good tackles. He's strong physically, but then he makes some silly mistakes. So
Yeah, and the
Donnarumma was good.
yeah, I think Donnarumma he was good. He did well most of the game, and the goal wasn't his fault, of
Yeah,
course.
and Sampdoria started off as the better team. After 20 minutes, they were the ones attacking.
Mm,
Then we started having the ball more, and Zlatan had a penalty, what you call it, situation
yeah,
where they could have looked at VAR, but they didn't.
yeah,
End of the first half, but
yeah,
we didn't have we had 0 shots on target in the first half.
yeah. It was horrible looking at the first half.
Yeah, played better in
What
the
did you,
second, but we conceded.
yeah? What did you think about Salamakers as right back for the 45 minutes he played?
He should play on the right wing instead of the back. I know
Yeah,
in his younger days he played a bit as a right back, And when we bought him, it was originally for a right back, but he never played as a right back for us.
Yeah,
So
this was his first time. Hopefully his last.
yeah,
But Kier,
Kieran
Kier was
Tomori, Kieran Tomori,
Kieran.
they were good. Nothing
Yeah,
to
there
fault.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were solid. But and then Theo, for me, flop of the match.
yeah, I agree.
Um, and Benacer, he wasn't really. He was okay, but he wasn't really that Benacer
That we know.
that we know that we're used to.
Yeah,
And Kessie, he he made a. We were really close of winning the game. You
yeah. At the end,
remember?
Kessie hit the.
Yeah, I thought that went in.
Me too.
It
And
was a
yeah,
slot on pass to Kessie, and then
at
hit
first
the
I thought
bar.
Zlatan was offside for a second, so I was not really
Oh, celebrating,
angry
or
or
a
when he
bit.
missed. That was it was offside, but when I looked at the replay, I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
And I noticed another thing that's all our players, especially Zlatan, lately have been offside a lot of times when they get the
yeah,
balls. Yeah,
and this
Zlatan. Yeah,
and these tactics that we have right now, that we play a lot of long balls also, um, which I think maybe it's predictable. And also one thing I'm thinking about Theo Hernandez. I think a lot of teams have known that he's weak defensively, so maybe they use that part.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And he passed the ball. The wrong pass he gave, it was to the wrong player. It was to Quagliarella, their best player. So maybe if it was
and
just to someone else, he would miss.
yeah, and of course he scored, and Donnarumma was, I mean, too far out to even try to save that.
Yeah, and
Uh,
just a couple of minutes after the goal, and they received a red card. So there were 10 men down.
yeah, and that's when I thought like,
Maybe we have a chance
well,
to.
yeah, yeah, before the goal, I thought like, now we will win this game. They're 10 men.
Mm.
We will attack. We will bring in Rebic, because he came in right at the red
Yeah,
card.
when he came in, he started off good in like the first 10 minutes, but then he just disappeared.
Mm.
So yeah, Tonali came in. Who else came in from the bench? Kalulu, Tonali, Rebic, and Haug. He
Yeah,
made
it were
4 subs.
4 substitutions. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
horrible game.
but what do you think? Dalot didn't play this game instead of Salamaker.
Or Kalulu.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
specifically, why don't you think Dalot? Because he's been playing before these games. But
I'm not sure. I think
I think
Pioli
he's
wanted to try Salamakers, see how that. It was a risk he took, and it was a mistake. Obviously,
yeah. I think personally that
he will leave.
yeah, Dalot will probably not play a single game for us the remaining games. I think the Milan board has decided that we will not buy him. Uh, but either way, he should have played Kalulu.
Yeah, but I like Kalulu more than Dalot, so rather have
Yeah, of
Kalulu on the
course,
right
of
than
course.
Dalot.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but I mean, the flop of the match, if you pick a player, it's Theo. But if we're gonna pick
Everyone, but I would still
everyone,
pick Tio. Even second, I could pick Pioli, but
I mean,
I would
yeah, they're
still pick Tio.
close. Yeah, I think I would probably also pick Theo. But I mean, I'm, I'm one of these that I want Pioli to stay. I want him to get the support of the board and get the players he wants for the summer. If he can get top four, if he doesn't get top four, he can go. If he gets top four, I want him to stay and get the support of the board and get rid of the dead weight and buy the players that he wants. Because we have been, I mean, after we won the league, 2011, 2010.
Yeah,
How many managers have we had?
over
and
10.
changed over 10. I mean, I don't want another rebuild, another new manager coming in, and
Yeah,
and let's be realistic. I mean, this is in FIFA. We can't get
the best
any
players and best managers.
the best manager. I mean, all of them are have jobs except for who Allegri, and he probably won't be. Allegri was at the game in. I heard he was watching a Juventus game, their last game. Maybe I don't think he would come to Milan either way, but you can't defend Pioli on this lineup. It was really weird what he
Yeah,
chose to play with. And who else? Hakan, what about him?
another. I mean, he was better than some of the games before, but still pretty
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, you would expect more from him.
Yeah, because he's number 10. That's like the most important role in the team. He's the one who should
Yeah,
create those chances. And it's
yeah,
weird.
exactly.
In the international break, he had really good games for his country, but then he comes
Yeah,
back.
exactly. And right, this game he only created like for the final 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I
bad
don't think
game.
he had a bad game also.
Even Zlatan, except for those couple of chances at the end, the chance to Kessie, he had a bad game as well. I don't think
Mm.
anyone other than the two defenders at Kier and Tomori, maybe Kessie and Donnarumma. Only
And
those
how
four maybe had
and
a good.
Hauge.
Yeah, and Hauge. I'm talking about the starting lineup, but on the
Ah,
bench, Hauge. And, yeah,
and also Kalulu when he came in from the
yeah,
bench
Kalulu was also good,
uh, looked way better
and
than
Tonali
Salamakers.
wasn't bad either. But yeah,
Yeah,
most of the players were not so good.
yeah. I mean, what else is it to say about this game?
And the
1-1.
only positive we have is that Hauge scored, and maybe this is a turnaround that we will see for the
Yeah,
next
I
game
was I
because
was glad that
he has
yeah.
been in really bad form lately. But he also been on the bench and played in the last 5 minutes, so he was not really given any chance by Pioli, and he was not even
Mm.
called up for Europa League. So I saw a stat he has only played like over 800 minutes for us, and he scored like 5 goals and had 1 assist. He only Zlatan has a better goal ratio in Milan
Mm.
this season.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
that's weird. I mean,
I was really happy when he scored. I hope he can keep on playing like this.
and what
Hopefully against Parma
and where
next week.
was Brahim Diaz? Why wasn't he in the bench?
I have no idea actually. I don't know. I don't know what's the situation.
It says he is injured in football, but I'm not sure.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe he was just injured.
He played in the international break, but yeah,
Yeah, and now the gap in the league. I mean, it's really close now. I mean, now it's not unrealistic that we will not get top four.
yeah, we will finish fifth. And Napoli has a game. Have they? Do they play Juventus today or tomorrow? Tomorrow.
Yeah, they play Juventus tomorrow, and they have 56 points. Napoli and Juventus have 56 points. Juventus is
Yeah.
fourth and Napoli fifth. Atlanta has 58 points. Milan 60 points, and Inter is way ahead,
68
68
with
8 point.
one game behind as well.
Yeah, and also Lazio have been having great form recently. They're in sixth place with 52 points. So it's really getting close right now. These last games are very important for us to win,
Mm.
and hopefully we can turn it around the next game, which is not home. It's a away game against Parma. But then we have two home games in a row. Genoa and Sassuolo.
We should just play all the games away.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but we have still like we only have four home games left.
Yeah,
and it's not hard games to be. I mean, it's against Genoa, Sassuolo, Benevento, and Cagliari. We should beat them if Pioli makes the right lineup
and I
and the
heard
player.
today, or I heard yesterday, that Leao is back in training. He will be
Yeah, that's good.
available for Parma, and Mandzukic will also be back. I don't know. I mean,
Is he
this
back?
for the next game or the game after that, he will be back. So this will be his last chance to show himself. But it looks like he will leave or retire at the end if he does not
Yeah, he
do
will probably
something
leave.
these last few games.
Yeah, he will probably leave. I mean, I don't see any point of him staying in Milan. He hasn't shown, even if he comes back and scores goals every game, he's old. He's not the same player. It
Yeah,
was a mistake buying him. Um, yeah,
but he was free, so but his salary cost us 1 million or something.
yeah, exactly. But what do you think about Pioli? I mean,
I mean,
right now, do you
right
trust in?
now the last games, I'm disappointed, obviously, but overall the bigger picture, it's been lately it's been up and down, but overall what he has done is mostly positive.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
But if he
we
keeps this up, how we have played lately,
yeah. Then it's a different
then
story.
yeah,
Yeah, but right now we are second in the table. It's really close. Um, any change mid-season like this, if we would have changed manager, would be even more terrible, horrible. Um, so for me, he stays, and we'll see. I mean, how who we
see
will
how
get
the
in the summer.
season ends. And
Yeah, exactly.
right now it's too early to predict.
Yeah, but I've been seeing a lot more Milan fans being against Pioli,
Yeah,
and I don't blame them. I understand them, but yeah, let's just wait and see. I mean, it's too soon to make any changes.
yes. And we should quickly talk about a couple of rumors, transfer rumors.
I read
I
about
read
the yeah. What would you?
I
What
read
you?
about Aguero. I don't know how true that is. There was one reporter who said Milan looking into
I
Aguero.
I heard about it too. But I mean, if we get Aguero,
Yeah,
probably he will get a high salary, and we have. I heard Zlatan renewed for another year. He's gonna renew for another year,
yeah.
7 million. I mean, I don't think it's realistic enough to have that much. If Aguero comes and Zlatan with his salary and Donnarumma renew, getting a high salary, I don't think it's likely. Even though I want Aguero to come, I mean he's 32 years old.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, 32. He's a good player, but
The good thing is that he's a free agent, but his salary will obviously cost a huge amount.
yeah, I mean, how much does he get in?
I'm not sure.
It's
Probably a lot, close to 10. I guess.
probably
And
how
another
much
player
does?
from Atalanta, Ililic. What's his name? That
Yeah,
Atalanta.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, he has been kind of like left out. He hasn't been happy
the
with the
coach.
manager. Yeah, with the coach, and he's a good player.
And that has happened with a couple of players for Atalanta. They've been, not happy with the coach. Papu Gomez is one. Zabata
Yeah,
had problems with him. I mean, a lot of people seem to have problems with Gasperini, Atalanta's coach.
yeah.
So maybe
But
he will leave. He will join Milan.
yeah, I heard a lot of rumors about it, and also the Donnarumma. I heard that Donnarumma wants 12 million a year, while Milan is offering only 8 million.
Yeah, we gave him. apparently Maldini gave him an ultimatum today that he needs to answer or he will leave. 8 million is the final offer. He needs to give his answer before the Euros, apparently. Yeah.
But I mean, he if he does his contract is he
He's
has
got,
to the summer, right?
yeah, his contract ends in the summer
So he will go for free.
if he does not sign.
That would be horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What
But
to think about this?
all of these are rumors, so I'm not sure what the
Yeah,
truth is.
yeah. And Raiola wants a 2-year contract.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a person I hate more than Raiola. I mean, I want to say so much about him. That fat prick.
But when Donnarumma signs, we will love him again.
Yeah, I will never love Raiola. He's no, I mean, what a greedy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
guess he's good for the players, but not for the teams
yeah, and not for football. I mean, what is
and the
this?
fans, and yeah.
He 12 million a year and a 2-year contract. Is he crazy? I don't know. But Zlatan staying for another year. I mean,
Uh,
that's what do you think about that?
I think he's good. And what was his salary before?
I think he wasn't it 7
And now
or
he's doing
6?
this 6.5. So I mean, if it was 7, now 6.5, it's less.
Oh, will he
Or
get 6.5 right now?
when the latest report I read said 6.5. I
Okay.
don't know what he makes right now. I believe 6 or 7. But for 1 year, I think it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, he's an important
But
player
but I
for us.
still think we should buy a striker. So
Yeah, of
Zlatan is not
course.
all by himself. He can't play every game.
Yeah, he can play,
A
obviously.
good striker. I mean, Aguero is one option, but I would more likely I would like a younger striker like Belotti, but he could be too expensive. But then again, Torino could get relegated, and if they do get relegated,
Yeah, then
they will let him go.
we should swoop in then and get him cheaper.
Yeah, yeah. Is there any
Well,
other rumors? No.
not that I know of right now. I mean, the contract renewal things with Hakan and I mean, I haven't heard anything new about that. Have you?
No, I just read something about he wants maybe likes to go to Juventus, but
Who?
Hakan. He likes to wait for an offer to for Juventus, but I don't. I think that's fake.
Nah, that April Fools was 6 days ago. I don't think that's true. Nah. But I heard that. Right. What about Brian Diaz? Do you think we will buy him?
Not sure. I'm the only loan player I think we will buy for sure is Tomori. I think that's like 199% confirmed already that we will buy him.
Yeah.
Dalot, I don't think so. Who else? Mate. He did not play today, so I'm not sure he will stay.
Yeah, he didn't play.
He
He
was on
was
the
in the
bench.
bench, but he didn't come in.
And Brahim, I mean, if he needs to, these last 10 games, he needs to show himself. So he's worth those, how many, 20 million. I still think he's not worth that much money. Like
Yeah.
20 plus for a guy who barely plays.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so too. For me, we have to. It's too much money, and we should really buy a high class striker
Yeah.
um, for next season. Hopefully, we will have Champions League to play for.
And players to leave, I like to see Castillo leave.
Of
in the
course,
summer.
100%. He should be the first one to leave.
Yeah, and
And
Krunic contract will end, so he will leave.
the thing is with Castillejo, I mean, who wants to even buy him?
Yeah, probably a Spanish team are willing to pay a couple of million. He used to play in the La Liga, and he scored a couple
Yeah,
of goals in a mid-table team, so he's
yeah.
worth about a couple of million, I would assume.
Hopefully, someone buys Castillejo that haven't been watching Milan games, so they don't know what they get.
And Caldara will come back, and Laxalt will probably come back, and Conti will maybe come back. So
But these are all trash
yeah,
players.
these players will be sold or loaned out again.
I mean, Caldara, he's been injured a lot uh, with Atlanta, right?
Yeah, that's why they
And
won't buy him. I mean, he used to play with them when he was,
yeah, we bought him from
and he's one of our
Atlanta.
most expensive signings in Milan
Yeah,
history.
that was a
Caldara.
total flop. And also Conti, he was also injured a lot.
He was also really expensive when we bought him from Atalanta.
Yeah, who was the third guy you said? You said Calda.
Laxalt from Celtic. We loaned him to Celtic.
Yeah, I mean,
He might come back because if they buy him, it will be the most expensive signing in Celtic history because of the option to buy.
Laxalt is the
Laxalt
most
the most expensive
expensive.
from Celtic? I don't think so.
Nah, they will probably not buy him.
Even though I heard he has been good, but
Yeah,
that's too
but
much money. He's close to
in,
10 million. You think they would spend 10 million for Laxalt?
but yeah, if he's been good, it's I mean the league he plays in, it's not the same quality. But the game against Parma,
Yeah, I mean, is it
what?
Saturday? Yeah,
Yeah,
Saturday.
it's on Saturday, the 10th of April. And what kind of lineup do you want to see that game?
I still see we have Romangoli, Diaz, Calabria, and Mandzukic injured for that game. Leao will be back. I'm not sure if he will start, but he will be back. I would like to see Rebic on the left. On the right, I would like to see Salamakers, then Hakan in the middle, then Zlatan on top. In the midfield, I like to see Kessie with either Tonali or Benacer. Probably Tonali, because lately has been better. And on the left, Theo, then Kieran Tomori, right, Kalulu, then Donnarumma, obviously, in goalkeeper.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I think probably yeah, that's the lineup we all fans expect.
That's the line I expected for the Sampdoria game.
Yeah, maybe some would say play Hauge from the start instead of
Yeah,
Salamakers.
can
But
say that too.
yeah, I mean, either way, I won't get mad at that lineup if we play against Parma that way.
But this lineup, I said, I like to see Hauge come in a lot earlier than just like 10 minutes or 5
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, of course. And it depends on the result. Also, I mean,
Yeah,
even if we're up 2-0, we should take him in earlier.
yeah, he needs those minutes to play.
Yeah, and also Parma, they're the second to the worst team. I mean, they're 19th in the table, relegation zone. They have
Yeah,
only 20 points. They
they have the second worst defense in the league
mm,
and conceded 56 goals.
56
And
goals.
they have the worst attack in the league. They scored only 28 goals.
Then this game, we shouldn't even really let them score.
Yeah. In their latest form, they drew against Benevento 2-2 in their last game, but they lost the game before that. But they won against Roma 2-0 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and
But
they
yeah, that's Roma
lost against Inter
2-1.
2-1. So they scored against Inter.
They have been a
But
bit better lately when I look at their form. In last like 8 games, 2 loss. but before that they like lost every game. But now it's a bit
But
better.
that's the
But still,
thing.
but they are still one of the
These
worst team in the league.
Yeah, these types of games, these are the ones that are very could be very dangerous because they have something to play for, and we have something to play for. We
Yeah,
have the top four, and they want to get
they
out of
have
the
Serie A,
relegation.
stay in the Serie
Yeah,
A.
stay in the league. Yeah, and
And today Parma announced that they will build a new stadium. They said it will be the most beautiful stadium in Italy. They show pictures, this modern Premier League like stadium.
mm,
But it seems like every Italian team wants to build a stadium, but
but
it
even if
takes like
they
years and for them
if
to
they
build.
get relegated, would they be able to?
I'm not sure, but the owners wants to. I don't know.
Yeah,
And Conti plays that game, so he will be back. That will be.
Conte.
He plays for
Yeah,
Parma,
yeah. So
so
he will play against us.
he's on the right side. So Rebic will attack from his side,
Mm-hmm. That would be
or no,
interesting.
no, no. Salamakers will attack from
Yeah,
or Rebic. I'm not sure.
yeah. Either way, it's a must win for us. What are your predictions for the game?
What did I predict last week for Sampdoria? 2-0, right?
We all predicted a Milan win. You said 2-0. I think I said 2-1, and Kian said 1-0 or something like that. I think, but
Hmm.
we all predicted a win.
I still keep predict a win and a clean sheet. Probably 2-0 again.
Yeah, I will probably also say it's a clean sheet game, but you never know. But I think we will win this game. Uh, I was gonna also say 2-0, but it's more interesting when we say different scores.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna say 3-0.
hopefully. Last time we played against them, it was 2-2. They were ahead of us 2-0. Then Tio scored 2 goals, and
Mm.
we drew 2-2.
Yeah, I remember.
So hopefully Tio
Yeah,
has a game like that um, in Saturday.
yeah, hopefully. And also, I mean, I just want to say that the last episode we made, the episode 9, it was a bit of a longer episode, and
Almost
we
two
did
hours
the
long.
yeah almost 2 hours, and we didn't have any Milan games to talk about during that episode. So we had in part one we talked about the golden era of Milan, our favorite 10 players, and one guy in Twitter responded with his list. So I wanted
Yeah,
to because I thought that his list was really great,
yeah,
and his top 10 was in number 10. It's by the way, it was Shark Waney,
from
maybe
Twitter. Yeah,
from Twitter. He said his top 10: number 10 Shevchenko, number 9 Panucci, number 8 Rossi. We forgot about Rossi.
yeah. We did
We
not choose
didn't
any goalkeepers.
any goalkeepers. Yeah, and also Cafu, number 7. He's a
Yeah,
legend.
yeah,
And number 6 Massaro, number 5 Dejan, number 4 Donadoni, number 3 Van Basten, number 2 Baresi, and number 1 Maldini. So, but we all agree on the number 1,
yeah. Everyone agrees with number one.
Maldini.
I mean, I see a lot of these lists have Maldini one and Baresi two.
Yeah, but he
We
also then
chose.
said Panucci out, Kaká in. So he changed his number 9
Mm,
to Kaká instead.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, what are you saying about the list?
it's a good list. And I see, he has a couple of more older players than we have. I chose like Gattuso,
Yeah,
Nesta,
yeah,
a
yeah, and
newer
all.
player.
Yeah, and he also suggested that we should probably make a top 10 worst Milan players. That
that's
would be a fun list to make.
that's harder to make as well. Maybe in the
Yeah,
last 10, 20 years it's easier, but in history,
yeah.
because at one point Milan were in the second division, and we don't know that those players.
Yeah, but we know the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Some horrible players that have been playing for this club.
And another thing we could do is, pick the best 11. I did not choose Pirlo on my list because if I made a best 11, I would probably choose him as one of the
Yeah,
midfielders, but not in the top 10 best Milan players. And I would choose
I,
Cafu as well if it was a best 11 formation.
yeah, yeah, that we should do that. The best
Yeah,
11 formation. And also, he also said that we should have compared 89 Milan against the 2005, which
yeah,
I agree with. It's
it's the
the
better team.
2005 team was way better than the
2002.
2002. But we were comparing the Champions League winning teams. But
Yeah,
yeah, of course, the 2005 was better. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I think as I mentioned, it will be a short episode today. We're missing one of the guys from the podcast, Kian, and we only have one game to talk about, and it's the Sampdoria game, and I don't see
and it was
anything
a
else to.
it was a terrible game.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
too positive to talk about.
yeah. It wasn't. Uh, yeah, I just want to forget about that game, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it feels like it was a long time ago. We had a episode where we are happy about our performance.
We were a bit happy last week when we talked about those legends back in the day, but
Yeah, yeah.
when we were talking about the current Milan, it has been a while.
It's been a while. I mean, ever since we started this podcast, the form has been, I mean, from being number one in the league, and then we started this podcast, and Inter got ahead of us.
Ever since that Lazio game where Theo scored those last minutes.
Yeah, in Christmas time. It was
Yeah.
2020.
And after that, we lost a couple games and we drew. And our form dipped.
Yeah, yeah, but we will see how this turns out. I mean, it's a must-win for us against Parma, and hopefully the other teams lose points.
I mean,
Who?
this weekend, Juventus
Mhm.
also lost again, or they drew against Torino.
Yeah, that was really good
And I
for
noticed a
us.
couple of big teams, not just in Italy, in Premier League, and they also lost points. It's been a weird week in football.
Yeah,
PSG lost.
yeah, they also lost, and I think it's always like after international games, always hard to predict.
Yeah, big teams seems to lose points after those.
Yeah, and it's because of fatigue and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah, but we will see how it turns out, and we will be back next week to talk about the Parma game, and hopefully we will have Kian back. But I think that's it for today.
yeah.
And as always, Forza Milan.
Forza Milan.